Has she got a name?
Flora.
Why Flora?
Flora and fauna, because it's all about the outdoors. I like being outdoors and I love nature. So my first Volt bike was called Buzz. I like bees and it was electric, so I called it Buzz. And then my second Volt, this one, she's called Flora, and my husband has an exact copy of this one, and that one's called Fauna.
I do just need to point out that we are in Lossiemouth, and of course most of this interview will be accompanied by planes of some sort. Right, we're going to take off then. You need to show me what Flora's made of.
Okay, well, let's go then. Right.
She's an electric bike, isn't she?
She's an electric bike, yes. So I have the power on. Most people, when they talk about electric bikes, it's like, oh, well, I only use it for going up hills, or I only use it here, or I only use it there. I have my power on all the time because it takes the resistance out of the pedals for me and means I can actually cycle, because otherwise I can't get the pedals to go round. I try and stick in low as much as possible. That keeps me just pootling along at a nice steady speed. And then, use the extra settings for when I need to get uphill or when I'm tired.
We're just cycling on a rough bit of track just now. You're making it look very easy. You are known as the Wobbly Cyclist. How did all that come about?
So I used to cycle many years ago. I used to cycle, go out with the kids and that sort of thing. And then when my third child was born, I had an injury, which I now realise is part of my ongoing health conditions, and I couldn't cycle anymore. And so I really missed it. And then back in 2020, we were holding a bike fest through an Elgin, my work outfit Murray, were doing a bike fest. And I never did outdoors, and they kept trying to get me on a bike, and I'm like, no, I'll fall, I can't do it. They finally convinced me to try an e-bike, which I did at this event and loved it. But yeah, I wobble. I wobble when I'm on my feet, I wobble when I'm on my bike. And it's also just, it's something I can hide behind, if I'm quite honest. You know, it's not me, it's not my name. It's just a handle sort of thing that I can hide behind. And it's a bit of fun. You know.
Tell me about your health conditions.
So I have a genetic condition called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and I've got hypermobility Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. So my joints are all hypermobile, they're very flexible. I'm luckier than most. I don't suffer with dislocations and subluxations, but other people do. But it just means that I've got constant joint pain. As I get older, the joints that were hypermobile become less mobile and are replaced by arthritis, because obviously they've been hyperextending and everything. A lot of fatigue, a lot of joint pain, and there's other conditions that come along with it that, you know, cause me just to sort of like, I'm tired, so I'm a bit just sort of like lose my balance and that kind of thing.
We've just stopped for a minute to take in the fantastic views of the sea here and the golden sun. It's beautiful, and the wind isn't too biting, so we can't complain. So you thought you would never manage to cycle again?
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I think my youngest would have been about 7 or 9. They were like, right, let's go down the cycle path. The cycle path had just not long been built from Lossie down to Elgin. And I was like, right, okay, I'll give it a go. I couldn't keep the pedals going round. I just could not keep the bike moving forward because of the resistance and the pedals, the strength in my legs, my joints and everything else like that. And it was just too much. And so, yeah, I never thought I'd cycle. But when I tried the e-bike at Cooper Park that time, I was moving. And the only time I've ever moved like that before was in my mobility scooter, which isn't really as exciting. So I was moving, and I was moving under, I know it's not my own steam, but I was making it happen. And it was just this sense of freedom, you know, and I was just getting to explore places I had not seen for years. I can cycle along the beach. I hadn't been on the beach for years because I can't walk on the sand. So I could cycle on the beach. I could get to places that my mobility scooter and my feet can't get me.
Part of what you do is raise awareness of, I suppose, the advantages of being on an e-bike, because, you know, you mentioned earlier when we were talking that sometimes they get a bit of a bad press, that people view going out on an e-bike as cheating in some way.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Even some cycling groups won't allow electric bikes, people on electric bikes to join. Certain events don't let e-bikers on it. People see e-bikes as cheating. E-bikes are making cycling accessible for more people. They're a mobility aid, and there's so many different types of e-bikes. There's electric trikes, there's electric recumbent bikes, there's electric tandems and all this sort of thing. And it's all about enabling people with different mobility to get out and enjoy something that a lot of other people just take for granted. I met people once and they sort of like, they said, we were going to buy e-bikes, but we're proper cyclists, we're not ready yet. Eventually they're going to reach an age where they can't get up those hills anymore, and then they're going to have to swallow their words if they want to keep cycling. They are there, and they are a powerful tool to be used to just enable people to get outdoors.
And it's obviously made a huge difference to your life.
It has, yeah. I mean, yeah, I get out more, I do more things. My sense of adventure has come back. I've lived up here now 27 years, and I've always wanted to go up Ben Rinnes. And the kids were always too young, and then I've never been fit enough, couldn't do it. And I stand here and from Lossie, and I look up the top of Ben Rinnes and think, what must it be like up there? So in 2021, I cycled up it to reach the top, and I had a huge team of people from my work and everything, and friends, and they got me to the top on an e-bike, so I was able to see Lossie from Ben Rinnes, which is something I'd always wanted to do. And so it's just, I like to challenge myself, and it gives me these things. Next year I'm going up to the top of Cairngorm with Able to Adventure on an electric recumbent trike, because I've always wanted to get up there and I can't get up there any other way. So if I can cycle it, I'm doing it.